You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning and welcome to the Friday edition of the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online Television, where they come to you live na the different platform they must they watch with this morning. We will bring come this Friday edition of the Breakfast Show to you. Mina Mewel Kaba.
And me, na Al-Hassan Kuma, and I pleasure for this morning. Well, of course, today na March 14, 2025, and inside this edition of the Breakfast Show, we look at wildlife conservation in Sierra Leone. This plus plenty other issues there inside the program. You say for the watch could be part of the program for send text message to the number +232 74200 545, or you drop a comment at the platform we say the watch reform.
Alright, well, as another hearing from Al Hassan at this edition of the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV, today we can talk about wildlife conservation, also with the feature the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary. Waiting they happen there. We go know inside the program this morning and why people for ensure say they preserve this particular wildlife. Now that's what they discuss this morning. So in case you get any question or comments or make regarding the topic, feel free for drop them in the comment section at the different platforms that you watch with this morning. Or do so now +232 74200 545. That's now we orange number also there on WhatsApp. Well, we continue the Liberty Breakfast Show. We get a lot of things that we will discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. But let me first go now McKinney, outside the High Court judge, where they preside over the McKinney High Court. Justice Abubakar Sano don't discharge 10 accused them, where they stand trial now in court for second murder, arson, and malicious damage. When a thing will be happening inside the August 10 protest. Well, we Bombali District reporter Yusuf Mosire Suma go give more updates on this.
With all People's Congress political parties and other relevant stakeholders having discussed, negotiated and agreed by series of resolutions, my lord, and more specifically resolution 4 of that tripartite agreement for national unity, my lord. It was agreed that certain matters deemed and agreed to be politically motivated or having a political undertone should be discontinued by the state.
In name na Joseph A.K. Sise, the State Council for Bombali, be representing humble submission to the High Court Judge Namakeni, Justice Abubakar Sano, on Wednesday, the 12th March 2025. Now one letter will come out from the Director of Public Prosecution, Usman T. Kanu, where by law, Section 66, subsection 4C, and subsection 5, now the 1991 Constitution, give them power for discontinued matters we get to do with the state or the public. Fambulgo members say, August 10 protest 2022, people been lost their life and property them. Kamakwe, now one among the side them way youth man them in protest, will be make police be arrest 10 youth man them and charge them go court. After the tripartite reports, plenty recommendations will come up. One among them, now resolution 4, we talk say, they for free all the one they will them be detained and send them na correctional centers under political influence. Justice Sano, after where the State Council don't give in submission, and we get this for say.
An instrument dated in 11th March 2025 by which the Planet DPP, through the State Council representing India, in the interest of justice, the accused persons are all discharged accordingly.
I've been talked to two of the youth man them, but how them feel where they don't free them.
My name is Aruna Jibi Bangura. I'm born of Sandaloko, Kaimbo village, you live in Kamalu, a branch. No, like I feel like saying I heaven already. I feel like saying like na heaven already.
Whose lesson did you learn when you can inside this?
When I don't learn beaucoup things in my life, because I go no say now what they say in the riot today, uncle, it pass 1 year before I go there. Don't I dey send advice to them. I dey send advice to them. The all man they has peace and mind. What they say riots, they no come on. They not now possibly instigate some bad. They possibly instigate man bad.
Me na Alaji MCC from Kamakwe, Kayuna district. By August 7, 2022, come outside the work. I just go for a weekend. I go na Kamakwe. So August 7, 8, 9, 10, I dey inside room. I know able go no side because we are just come out work. I need for rest. So that day we are inside room. I just say by August 10, people they can't run. That early morning thing. Now they can't run from them places for Canada houses. So they run enter go inside room. So they run fence bush. So now that can't sky the week. Why I can't sky the week? I see people they run go to the various places there. So me say if I go for gather my family, we enter inside. We enter inside now lock. I lock the place, all day inside indoors. I dey cry inside court because of I don't dey inside prison for good 2 years, 3 months. All the way I be ready for do, it don't go backward. I dey inside prison, my mama don't die, my papa don't die. So I no get nobody where they help me again at this world. Only God with me own strongness, sadness, na go make us survive na this world. I no get nobody where they help me. So if I dey cry in a court, na the reason this way make I dey cry still. Granny, grandpa no dey again. So na the reason this way I dey cry to Papa government, I dey cry to Sierra Leone people. They una assist we. We don't go way back. Today I don't become a free man. I thank God for the well body and long life way in give me. Because if not to God, today I know for don't get me freedom. If God not for be give me well body, na that correctional center, they like today, I know for don't get freedom. It might be saying inside there for don't die. But now way God spare me life, make day like today, I don't get freedom. So I tell God thank you for that day. I tell Papa government thank you for what you don't do for me.
Legal aid lawyer Usman B. Kamara now been part of the Defense Council team and in a one person will be done to follow this issue since day one. What did this mean to Legal Aid Board?
Now, glory to the board because other people they say legal aid board not be involved into the political fight. You understand? Or not defend victims. We they defend. Some of them then just getting a victim of circumstances. Some then are kungun and common bike riders because of the terrain. Some then catch them for a local junction. Some they even catch them around Bendembu. In as much as that issue without happen in August and any bike married and say around and Neola. That ain't happen with most of the world. No witness, no pointers saying that this and this nine bonus. See where it but legal aid board always stay at the courts for defending. Let's take talk from the start of this matter till to now. Legal aid board always stay at the court in defending people.
Finally, the High Court Judge, Justice Abubakar Sano, warned and gave advice to the youth man there.
Everybody, when you go back, you behave yourself. You understand? And I know you have learned your experience. Whether you are there lawfully or not, but there was a matter against you, for which you have been tried. So when you get back home, don't say we have won. Listen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't say we have won. Don't say so. Yes, sir. Say we have been released. Understand? The left feet. Sorry, heart. I don't say like evidence, no, you're not. They say they don't offer evidence against you again. Yes, so we don't fight, they don't even manifest, we don't train them. Did you get that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To behave yourself. Because when you come back to this court next time, if you are not here as a witness or as a complainant, if you stand there again, how treat you criminal. So go home safely and behave yourself.
For Liberty Breakfast Show, me, na Yusuf Mosire Suma, the report from the High Court na Makeni, Bombali District.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show. From that report where Yusuf Mosire Sumadu, we still look at issues surrounding the wildlife conservation. We're in an issue we're going to discuss inside this edition of the program. Don't forget you will be part of this through you will send a text message to the number +232 74 200 545. We continue with the conversation.
All right, and that report where Yusuf Mosire Suma put together from Makini, according to the content of the report, we just want to make a quick disclaimer. We know say normally they not allow journalists them for go with recordings from the court and use them for broadcast. But according to the reporter, Justice Sanobi allowed them for do recording because public interest matter, because it gets for do with Resolution 4 of the National Unity Agreement where government and the All People's Congress been signed. We been said and for left some politically motivated people them way in police custody. And on Wednesday, them be freedom people and the way we report have been covered from McKinney. We continue with the breakfast show and look at more issues.
All right, we'll look at more issues. Continue for C3. Drop your comment at the comment section and ensure you continue for say you text messages to the number we just don't announce. We will look at more issues inside the program. The headman for the Jorpor farm community in Waterloo don't confirm to Liberty Online TV say and Assets Commission had been agreed for sell the portion of the National Ebola Cemetery for Bill Factory in the community. Let me join Maya to Sheriff inside this report.
Hello viewers, this is Liberty Online Television and me Maya to Sheriff. Today we there na the Jorpor farm community, na the national burying ground. We do understand say this burying ground now a Southside government been don't make a national burying ground where disaster and they happen. Now then say so then can come for camp bury. We all know inside 2014 we been get the Ebola outbreak. Thousands of people they may lost their lifetime, and at this burying ground, government been come for camp burying people and they will be lost their lifetime. And inside 2019, we say we also got the corona outbreak, and at this same burying ground they been burying people there. So inside 2021, we been get the fire disaster will be happen at Wellington, and at this same burying ground they be burying people there. So you have a national burying ground with disaster they happen. Now also government been come for camp burying people there. So, but we do for understand say of late people are not encroach na this community, na this burying ground. They don't they can build right inside the burying ground where then they go affect the country in the long run. As we see around, people they don't can build right inside the burying ground. Outside then they beg, outside them they don't bury them Ebola victim, corona, and the fire incidents will be happen at Wellington. People they don't can encroach inside the land, they build inside the land where then they go get effect on the country as time they go. So we get people them we get for talk to, we go explain you waiting happen at the ground. So we go talk to somebody right now. We in the work na this cemetery where we explain you about the encroachment that they happen na this side.
You know, Abdullah Masari, I'm there. We serve the community. Anybody who can partake in. Or you see, people in the come around more days, man. They can. We see the research around. We will not get no action for take because they see they get we sell from council.
They get it.
They get permit from council. And when they can do that business.
We concern again for the government, for the state, because if this way you go first and clean inside, community person not go get mine, go build house here. Community chief not go get mine, go sell that particular place here. But if they see the place bushing, that community person like they free this bush, this kind of bush, with the kind side the sound. We can the country there, we can see where people are doing. We are innocent people there, we are Sierra Leone there, lots of foreigners there, and we are brother and sisters there, we don't have to see. So if we look at the bushing, the mix of carry and the people get like approach and sell there, because government take responsibility of the place. So you see.
So what you go on for the government to confirm all them challenges?
The challenge is because we are there near the very we feel the pinch of the challenge because if you are bush, you are going to get even for one channel say for Siva go and go see how best is they going because the fridge. I don't know what see they do before me. Even when they come for visit the place, you pay for inside the just the catch of the place is written up. You know we enter right inside the place for them to see how best.
For me, 2023, as a man, village man, I need an encroachment will be don't happen for the past year. So the past year, when they don't do this encroachment, now I go report in an assets commission. I report in a council will not be able to take any measure. From there we go bring assets when they in charge of all government property in the country. So when they don't take over. So now the back and front when I don't believe facing to the people that will sell the place, they say government not done for pay them. Now 50% then don't receive. Which of course the council tell me say they forgive them 500 million because of them they get much more amount to the family. So recently they go attack me there You can go talk there for go fight me now. Then they make.
What can you go talk to?
Parking.
Okay, so now what are the people who will sell this land to government? They don't go encroach now.
This parking where they talk so, now they represent the family, now the king family there. Now they sell the government.
If we always sell the land to government, and they say we don't begin to because we don't go to the cemetery. You see a lot of people a lot of building and then now inside the cemetery. Where people they don't they build inside the cemetery. And then king people there also. Now they do their encroachment here.
Then king people there now they don't do it. Because there are places where they be defend for supremacy, the country and the kingdom, and they be defend for that land. So some side then they go find out when they say an Albert, they are then go tell you say na the kingdom when they say. So now so I meet this issue.
You want to agree with people and say encroachments they happen at the cemetery?
Yes. Encroachment they don't do before they come. Okay. So that encroachment they I go na assets and I give me the go ahead for can demolish everything. So when they tell me now I say okay, as far as we na politician them, the people there they need whoever to need them. So as far as they think I say they need for compensate government. So they on that dialogue.
For them compensate government. The one that will them build inside the
one that will build the same which will them encourage the cemetery. They have for compensate government.
Okay. So what's of that recent building where they don't put back of the school?
Asset no water.
Asset commission. How they know about them?
Which one? Okay, because that fence or that building for kind by job. The fence, asset no water. That other building for go Jorpor farm, asset no water.
So our asset no water.
Same people then.
The fence.
Our asset no water. Then go meet them in the name of factory. And as far as they say factory, then they help the government for employ people there. So Mr. Back abide the idea and they say okay. Then Jorpor for compensate the asset commission. Now they say well we as a community we therefore get the 40%. That the village who shall the cemetery they will get the 40%, then take the 60% on our government.
So now don't know the person where they sell that place.
Not to sell themselves, not compensation. Then we don't sell the people that are the king family and the contact family.
Now the person will get the compensation where they build that fence, then right inside the cemetery. We say one for go build factory. Who don't know this person?
I say now one Mr. Kaba. I not say the full name. Okay. Because I don't have them. They don't buy the before they come.
So they don't give the community the 40% when they say they give the community.
They don't give the assets there. They don't give the 40% to the community.
Well, that's a report where Maria to Sheriff put together as he began work on a Jorpor farm now Waterloo. Also, we know say they may don't turn to a national cemetery. Also, they may don't bury people who have been died from Ebola, the one that will die from Corona, the one that self will been dying at the fire incident will be happen at Wellington. They may bury them there. And reports will be reached Liberty TV now that people don't go encroach now this particular cemetery and don't begin build holes, and even to an extent a big fence they now where they indicate say then say somebody don't go buy the way one for build a factory. And according to the chief of Wachanda, he say now there and the assets commission be agree for let this person get portion of this land for go build factory. Well, Liberty Online TV they closely monitor this particular development, as this na side way don't be national cemetery, then we don't they bury people in there. So it's very sad, Alasan, for let the dead self not able get side for rest. Then they go dig up and factory one for good in a kind community then they.
Yeah, just like within Mato put together inside that report, government gets a lot for do with regards for able for protect that particular cemetery. They just like you mentioned. We don't see a lot of disasters that would happen at the country, Ebola, and of course the recent one will be happen the eastern part of Freetown, Wellington, when people get the accident inside the fire, and most of them are dead and they go lead them to rest. So we'd expect authorities that will be in charge for ensuring they're able to protect that particular community. There's plenty people in there and coach. There is a lot of decision too. If they look at certain things and say, yeah, because people don't get place for leave, we encourage and let them go into government property and issues, things that we say get for the community need. Because when we get disaster, now they can take them people in there. And we get a lot of things that the community people then go be affected in the long run if they continue for sit at that side.
Well, just hope say the right authorities them go and show say then look at this as I said earlier. We go closely monitor for no way to exactly they happen if not to say they don't sell portion of this particular national cemetery. You said they don't bury people them. For let people them begin encroach, they go build it. We go monitor closely waiting to happen. You still watch Breakfast Show Liberty online television, and we'll continue to look at more issues from Jorpor farm. Let we now look at the sick picking project, where for some time now, don't they help picking them we can get serious sick them, but them parents and can get money for sending abroad for go get them medical. Well, this being said, the people and where they support sick picking project, we meet with journalists them for talk about how far and journey don't sound like. Let we watch as David and Casey Saga updates we on waiting come out today.
The Sick Picking Project, the organization where they've been established inside 2021, and their aim now for provide life-saving support for vulnerable picking them na salon, where them family not able to afford proper health care for them, and self send picking them na Indian for proper medical treatment. But this being time, the Sick Picking Project don't all meeting with journalists them for Saga the picking them where they for send go China when Abese Jalo and John Kamara, and they parents them for medical support. Where in the talk, the project's coordinator, na Sick Picking Project, Alice Ba, first start for talk about the reason of this meeting.
Today is to bring to the attention of the general public who the Sick Picking Project is sending 2 kids to India for their needed surgery there, Weshe Jalo and John Kamara. These kids have been on our waiting list for over a year, for which we've been seeking funds for them. By the grace of God, we've been able to secure funds, and then we'll be sending them to India. They'll be leaving the shores of Sierra Leone tomorrow in the early hours, but we'll be crossing over to Lunge today, where we'll sleep for them to take their flights in the morning.
For no, but the challenge them, where this organization don't face over the years. Ishmael Alfred Charles, na co-founder and lead campaigner for Sick Picking Project, been explained.
And many other institutions that came through, Child Fund, we had Child Fund, we had CRS, we had Action Aid, and we had Dynamic Ladies, and of course Vista Bank came through and supported our charity marathon that enabled us to be able to raise the 100 million loans which we were able to raise. So that's what we actually used, added to the money we also raised. And also Bank of Sierra Leone, as part of their celebration, gave us 30,000 new loans, which also added to this amount of money. So it's been the efforts of collective different groups within and outside of Sierra Leone, and from the tireless resources that our volunteers were raising on the streets. On every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, around 4 to 6, the volunteers get on the streets and we raise money. And we also use our social media platforms on Facebook and on also on WhatsApp, and reach out to very many different people. And of course, thanks to also all the media houses present here today, because your supports have also helped us to reach many people, because it's because of the continuous engagement and information that people are hearing about the work we're doing. That's how we've been able to raise the money.
Reverend Father Peter Conte, the executive director for Caritas Freetown Salon, we also get this for say.
We get very good and qualified doctors that are in this country, excellent doctors, but unfortunately the environment or the equipment or lack of the conducive environment not there. So the doctors now, rather than we refer them, then they refer to we, for now we continue help. So something is not right. And we look at what they do, so it's very good, but not sustainable. Okay, it's not sustainable at all. Therefore, Naime could make this appeal to government. Charity begins at home. If we begin seeing ministers and the sick, then they admit in the government hospital. We see president in Peking sick, then bring an hospital. We go take care of the hospital. We go not say government and they use this hospital. Therefore, we improve conditions. But always it's business as usual. At the beginning of any installation of a new government, they can make routine visit to the hospital. Then everything will make nicely. And after, we go back to business as usual. So this we will continue, we hope to continue, but the sustainability part of our, now we'll get quality, we'll get good We get good doctors then they are one for certified. But we will make only necessary equipment, necessary that will not fear necessary for travel for them kind of condition there. We see say, but it begin by example, if top government officials, they're sick, then go lay down a cannot. Believe me, cannot go change.
Plenty people will be the part of this gathering been pledged for giving commitment and support to the sick picking project for make them go able for provide more medical support for plenty picking them na the country. For Liberty Online Television, me na David Yankee say the report.
All right, welcome back. You still watch Liberty Breakfast Show. From that report where David Yankee puts together with regards to the sick picking project. We will look at other issues inside the program. Don't forget it today. We look at wildlife conservation inside the Breakfast Show. Continue to send your message to the number +232 74 200 545, or you drop a comment now the platform where you watch from. We will look at the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. We don't commission the Eastern Farmers Agriculture and General Enterprise Poultry Feed Mill Plant na Matinda Samuelton Waterloo. As just the project where they complement the feed salon project where the president been prioritized this BNTM. Well, we join Mohamed Kamara, we put this report together.
October 16, 2023, President Bayoh launched the Government in Feed Salon program, where they focus on for improve agriculture production at the country. Also, be engage local farmer them and talk to them about the importance for do large-scale farming, for make the country food sufficient, and for also able export crop to the international markets. For ensure say Government in Feed Salon program all water, make the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security partner with Eastern Farmer Agric and General Enterprise IFAG for introduce the poultry feed mill plant for poultry farmer them na the country. Where it be the talk, the executive chairman for Eastern Farmer Agric and General Enterprise Sajusu before start for explain about the poultry feed mill where they don't produce for poultry farmer them na the country.
You all know Eastern Farmers is a local agro leader in Sierra Leone, providing solutions to farmers with high quality fertilizer, agrochemicals, seed rice, tools, and other agricultural inputs. It is no doubt that our entry into this sector over the last 6 years has added value to farming as we at Eastern Farmers supply high quality inputs for increased productivity. In 2024, that is last year, we observed that the poultry sector needed strategic investment in the value chain. Such key strategic investment area is the investment in feed. As agro leaders, we therefore started importing complex concentrates for the true nutrition of Netherlands.
Francis Fatalesi say, na the president for Pig and Poultry Farmers Association be talk about the challenge with them as poultry farmer them they get and the impact where they don't make na the poultry farming sector.
For farmers who are here, they'll tell you 80% of our expenses, our operational cost is on feed. So if there's a problem with feed, then there's a problem with the whole sector. It's a learning venture because Eastern Farmers is filling up the gap that has been existing for years. 5-6 years ago, Sierra Leone was only producing about 20% of the demand for poultry eggs in Sierra Leone. As I speak to you based on surveys we conducted last year, surveys conducted by Saga with the help of the Ministry of Agriculture, surveys conducted by our association, Pig and Poultry Farmers Association, we can proudly say we are producing more than 60% of what is being demanded in Sierra Leone now.
For no waiting poultry farmer them need for do, for develop poultry farming na the country, Remiko de Wal, na the head for Hendrix Nutrico na Salon, be share in experience.
Producing feed is like a kitchen, right? It's not difficult to make a good meal, but to make a delicious and nutritious meal is an art. It's the same for feed production for layers. We have the ingredients, we have the know-how, We support on the quality so that we can make a consistent quality feed day in, day out. So that means that if you buy a bag of feed today and you come back next week, it should be the same feed. So this is our aim, directly with the entrepreneur of Eastern Farmers.
Inside Ion Talk, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Paka, explained about how poultry farming important na the government in feed salon program.
And in our analysis, in developing the feed salon strategy, we found out poultry products in general, eggs and chicken, was one of those things that we had no business importing. And that in fact, we had done a lot and we could finally push this over the line where we could indeed stop the importation and perhaps sell it to our neighbors because of the deliberateness of our intervention that we are putting in the space. And so, ever since the strategy, I have gone around, spoken to many farmers, been to many poultry farmers, and the good news I have to report is we will make it. We will make it ahead of any other value chain.
But our government plan for support the development of poultry farmer them na the country. Now this Dr. Henry Musa Paka be get for say.
And when I push so hard for the first time, government put money for branding for the poultry product. When I come, that will take that money. We're also putting policies in place. The policy they specifically support the sector. They support the sector in ways we protect them. The importation will make sure say Standards Bureau, they empower them for check for make sure say we don't pass the shelf life, not for the not for seller, not for dump to the market at all. But they make sure say also gradually we will put import duties pan the egg that really come. Because that's what happened. And after we do we put quotas finally, we will do all this for respect to the trade agreements we will get in ECOWAS and across, but we need for support we don't farm them. This now policy will be passed this quarter or latest early next quarter for doing that full support they will need from the government front.
Dr. Henry Musa Paka end up call on Sierra Leonean for always they prioritize for buy local poultry products them. With that go help the country in agriculture sector for grow. For Liberty Online TV, Mina Mohamed Kamara, the report.
Alright, you still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online TV. From that report today where Mohamed Kamara put together, let me continue to look at more issues and we go now with community development to read them. Also, some people wait up na Rokel, na the Devil Hole Coffee Factory community. They call on authority and we concern for carry lights in this community as they say they get plenty challenge them, especially the one the way they do business, we need lights. Well, we watch as we reporter Mary Jane Sise Bingo Wakade and Adisi Brinkam.
Hello viewers of Liberty Online TV. Well, today I can work at the community of the Bulol Coffee Factory. As we all know, this light business here should not be a great problem that Quito and other parts in the country. The picture there so where they show say light only that this community are so at all. So today I then at this community for talk to the people that wait up here and talk to them about how the lights they affect them. This now for the people that waiting at the community. Hello, my good evening. What that you do at this community? So what's the great challenges the women at the face of the community?
At this community, we don't get lights. For lights, we want water, we get water, we get lights.
Okay, so what do you want to make the government do for now?
Why the government say for them to get lights?
Right now, the challenges the whole face of the community. We don't get help. We don't get help for nothing for development. Now we need light, we need water. More than the important thing in the one anyway for help in the community because we get schools there, we church, we mosques.
Okay, so you will talk about how like this light business also
this light business, you don't see what they need to get drinker. Then they come for this light, we see them they take 6 pole with the gladdy after it stop. Go to TTT, we see them can they make him pass cable, go to TTT, it stop. You know, they see no further in development. Till the chok no more they die down.
This last thing they don't grab back, they say for fix pole and they fix pole, put cable them. Some side they then get, some side they get cable, some side they don't get. Then now we know the nothing but that again. We need light. The government help we get light.
And you want me the government help you or help you now for the light?
The way they send people they so they don't bring transformer come, they don't can left transformer now, don't go left transformer over under, then don't bring pole, they come for fix. The government can when they can fix the pole then for buy the meter, we go all out for buy the meter. Other one the light, we go buy the meter, what's the cable on the facility don't they? We want the facility. Oh get time we will forge ahead for do waiting the government forgets your benefits back.
Challenge we will face now. Take the light. Yeah, light for now because the way we deal with mosque, we get appliances the way we get for deal with light. But we're not able to use them due to the poor light facilities we will face.
So what you want the government to do for you?
Actually, I think lights are basic necessity we everybody that the country need. Of course, we need light. We need light. The government can bring lights for now. We will appreciate it. We will welcome that. But actually, we need light. Yeah. Now you're welcome.
You know the challenges them Boku. If I say the name, they are not able to do this interview. So, one, the most pressing one, the lights and water. Then two things a day are the most challenging things they will get now as we face in this community. We not get lights, we not get water. For most Canada, this develop. One day we not see lights, then water says we not get them. We struggle for water too much, not go talk now for the lights. So this now we don't problem with the money we now greatly the lights.
So you're able to talk more on the lights?
The lights, oh yes, I did talk more about because we not get her. And now we want then the most pressing issue for the blue lights now. We not get her.
So the lights are there at all?
We not get her at all. As you get money, you buy how they call it solar. We now not get money, we not get solar, we not get lights. So now darkness now deeper. And really work up on this darkness. We don't really know how this will be possible for me.
So what do you want the government to do for me?
The lights now want. The first thing I know than the lights, we want lights. Than you. One time more, Papa government want lights. The lights we want are the blue. Then they, when you see the pin pole and so now we don't stay and pass cable, we don't glad it. We really don't know who said this light they come, but we really want the lights for now. Lights now are the most pressing issue for the blue right now. You ask small pickings what they tell you now about lights. We really want lights in this community.
So as soon as see Fabule, the people that are so wait up now the Devulolo Coffee Factory community don't voice their opinion they out and don't talk on how they want the government to help them body light business. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mary J. Kasise, the report.
All right, welcome back. From that report we Mary puts together, we get for do with issues surrounding lights, crisis, another partner of the country. We they continue with the program. In case you just join me, you they watch the Liberty Breakfast Show. They come to you live na Liberty Television, na with Facebook, YouTube, and with websites. Well, today we look at the wildlife conservation na Salon, and of course we get for talk with Sidikie Bayoh, we are the communication officer at the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary. In the studio, we can discuss more with regard to wildlife conservation in Sierra Leone. We continue with the conversation.
All right, and a pleasure for welcoming the studio this morning. Sidikie Bayoh, good morning and welcome to the Liberty TV.
Thank you very much. Good morning and kusha to family where watch me.
It's like Alassane just stated, today we want to talk about wildlife conservation and with the feature the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary. We want to know what's on the happen there. We know say wildlife business na Salona one way some time back. Concern them don't they come from the public say animal they wait for them a bush, people they take them, they go mend them and they host them. But the Tacugama Sanctuary we know say don't they in existence since 1995 to now, and one of the areas them on another help for preserve the wildlife. But let me just get first an overview about the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary. What's in the happen there exactly?
All right, well, just like how the name implied, Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary, a place where, the government of Sierra Leone was established in 1995 for serve as a safe haven. So babu them specifically, where people then don't go hunt, pull in a bush, keep them as pets, like how you say just now. So we own main mandates now for make sure say we go any side babu day within a person and rescue them from that situation. They bring them at the sanctuary, kind of give them a second chance at life, you know, because their animal are so not animal that way for dinner person us. Actually, no wild animal not for dinner person us. We get domestic animal the way you can keep as pets, but it's ill advised for make you keep an animal, especially like babu like us. For that to make place like Tacugama exist. And we understand also say the problem with the face, some people they might, you know, then they do them out of ignorance. They don't know. So now make part of we activity there involves a lot of education and a lot of awareness raising for constantly try to get this message out to people say animal then they way, you know, the importance to we natural heritage, they're also important to the economy if we preserve them well. So we left them outside them supposed for day. So there's a constant effort in that regard. And also we get you know, community supports what we can do. We get livelihood supports where especially in a certain key community that we're very close to forest area of interest, we can go to the community that educate people and give them an alternative to maybe things like hunting or for cut stick and stuff like that. So, you know, this, I guess, is just an overview of what we do.
Since 1995 to now, how you could describe the way how this calls on the for rescue, then animalia go back to the sanctuary? How we don't turn it?
I think it's been more or less, it's been kind of like a up and down type of ride, you know. We get some certain wins. We also have some losses where, you know, we don't accumulate over the years. But to a great degree, I think place like Tacugama exists because of the dedication of a lot of people, and not only in a salon, but around the world. You know, over the years, we don't get several challenges. Tacugama don't even, you know, survive the civil war in this country, survive the Ebola outbreak, survive the COVID outbreak, you know. So there's been a lot of ups and downs, but it's like at the end of the day, we pride ourselves in continuing to be perseverant and, you know, pushing forward, no matter waiting at the obstacle, always pushing. So, you know, it's been ups and downs, but we continue to be committed to waiting we do. Because we believe it's important.
Mentioned about the awareness raising and community support we wanna be done do over these years. We all know say there was a time where government being passed a law that you know nobody know for men or team wildlife nine O's. So like tell we how best people in the comply with regards to the restrictions that they will give for like no able team the wildlife and dinner them different houses?
Well, I go say it really depends on the part of the country. Now, Freetown, for example, you go find more people than we aware of this, more people than we at least, maybe some people then get better education, so generally then get an idea, say, okay, certain things like this we're not supposed to do. Wherein when you go like outside of Freetown, especially when you go into like the remote village, because most, I go say, 85% of the time when we rescue babu, we rescue a remote village where they like usually like 1 hour of road, you know. So it's like in places like that, a lot of information not really reach there yet. And we self they try in we only two way because at the end of the day we get for make do with like the limited resources where we get for educate people them, you know, for send that out there. But I go say there's a lot of work that needs to be done for letting more people them be aware of this. I believe saying that something we go beyond just Tacugama now. I think that's something we other people them, other organizations they also need to come on board for try for make sure say we get this message out there to more people and make people aware. Because now also for the safety of several communities of the country as a whole, you never know what can happen with situation we get for deal with human and wildlife interaction.
In terms of rescuing, whose procedure on they use? Because we're not just get information, say certain person at certain place gets a wild animal, and just go to council. How they do them?
Okay, so usually it depends on the information they receive actually. We get, like I said, certain people and the way this message don't reach, so they know. And mostly it's in a situation where somebody like that, we're aware of the law, go chance upon maybe person or side or you read something, say person get babu on side. Then normally that person they go call we or send we a message. And then we self could do some investigation, gets like 100% clarification, say, okay, yes, there is a chimpanzee in so and so side. And then automatically they load up with motor car with all the necessary things the way we need. and then go direct into the place. As long as we get it on outside, we get for good day and take the babu.
So una don't ever get restriction whenever una can go for take them in.
Oh yes. Yeah. It something that it can get very, very, very tough. Like I remember one incident back in 2023. We go Nakono for go rescue babu, and this is usually when we rescue babu. It's usually like a 1 day, maybe 2 days max thing, right? We go, we talk to the people there, we sensitize them, we take the babu, come back Natong. But this incident in Nakono, we'll be there Nakono for 3 days, back and forth, back to babu with the police Nakono, and we end up. We come back Natong without the babu. We've been need for like put some plans together again, go back there like about 2 months later, we reach now the place, turns out the babu don't die and they don't eat the babu. So yeah, there are some of the difficulties. You even get situations where before me begin walk, 10 and the way the one will be the rescue babu, they don't run after that, it's like cutlass.
Actually, nobody expecting another story the end. But the babu die, they eat the babu.
They eat the babu, yeah. We go, literally the day where we go for go take the babu, then carry the babu in skull, we then just pull inside pots. Like I kid you not, the skull being still hot, they literally see like the food residue param still because they may just don't kill like it and the day before where we go. So and something like that, it's very, very concerning because the babu apparently waiting until we say the babu been die, it been sick or something like that. So in a situation where a wild animal don't sick and die, then people then still proceed for eat the deceased animal. It's concerning.
Because una go there first, una able get them, and after that una go una meet the kind of institutions in the happen. So what una do with regards to the law on the people and we now the culprits the way it's the babu.
So well, this situation, like has been said just now, been very tricky because by rights, we supposed to get like assistance from the police because we, again, are just a conservation organization. We're not a law enforcement body. We not get right for arrest person to can go on site. But for that thing, we depend on the law enforcement, like the police and the National Protected Area Authority. So in that first instance we'll go, we actually not been get any assistance from the police. As a matter of fact, we been get like more resistance from the LUC who will be meet there at the time. The first day will go, but the second day was the second day was actually the same person. Just recently will go and also be the same person. But yeah, because of that, I don't really know waiting have been the person in angle, the LUC at that time at Sankora, but he was not helpful. There was a point where we try to get a discussion inside the office with the people there, and this man actually asked we out of the office, go settle down for himself. And in a situation like that, they obviously, this night community will don't go. The first day will go, we don't, over like 30 people don't get that way. In a situation like that, you not go on for, get people and riled up. You never know what can happen. And it's just like a team of like 4 or 5 people there against an entire community. So in that situation, we not get help from the police. The main like police officer of the entire corner is like, what more can you do? So we become a tongue, we make some publications about them, we write some articles, we try to get more people and for no, so this night they happen. We go later now we'll go with one of the directors then from the National Protected Area Authority. Find out, say, the babu don't die and all of that. And the person who been get the babu been just seems so, like, emotional about the whole thing. And it's like, it was just like a whole dramatic thing. And ultimately, it's like, that was the end of it. Because now the babu don't die. And it's like, we can't really push the case any much further.
Then babu, yeah, we will talk about now wild animals then. In terms of going out for go rescue them, all that's them when they work with. When I get professionals.
Yes. So usually when we go rescue, we get person up na the sanctuary day when the operation where they in charge of the camp supervisor. And this na possible done the work with them babu there from the inception of Tacugama all the way back in '95. So he gets a long experience in rescuing and the protocols around it. But added to that, we also usually go with at least 2 NPA guard them. Where also now people that were also trained in like then kind of thing and they for protect the forest and stuff like that. Because also now the mandates for do things like for confiscates and stuff like that. So we go with them. And there are people that we trained and waiting for do. And we usually can go with we get a rescue kit. We get all the necessary things that we need from tranquilizer to some alpha vital medicine them. Yeah, so we prepared for at least the worst case scenario, and we get with cage walking goats as well for put the babu.
The oldest and youngest age you wanna do ever rescue since we start?
The youngest age where we don't rescue, I'm not going to give like a 100% specific number, but it's below the age of 2. We don't rescue babu where they like within like 1 year, some months, very young. Then it's very young, by the way, for a chimpanzee, because babu then they with their mama say like the old like 7-8 years. So, and the oldest old rescue now be actually a 30-year-old chimp we named Tom. Then at the sanctuary now we hold 42, can 43 years. Yeah, Tom not been from Freetown. Yeah, the person will be on be there around Spur Loop, and this not possible be we like how normal we get resistance na corner. One of the people who be don't get resistance with for a while. Also be say something tragic be happen where the babu be injure person when himself be willing to okay I'm not able to handle this one I can take the babu.
So which type of wildlife owner deal with? Because you just mentioned about babu. That get any other different types of way that they deal with at the sanctuary?
Okay, so the conservation model of Tacugama is one wherein they use the chimpanzee as kind of a flagship species, right? Wherein in the sanctuary itself, we only care for chimpanzee them. Right now we care for over 120 chimpanzee them. But because of the active care of chimpanzee, it also mandates we for protect the habitats of the chimpanzee. Because you're not able to protect it, you're not protect it, then they live. And by doing that, you they protect every other species where they within the forest. And for that, make even when they push so much for protect this Western area Peninsula National Park. Because not about Buddha no more day, we get so many other animals that we call that place their home. You know, so when you protect that place, that home day, then ultimately they protect every animal where they live there. But direct care and rehabilitation, not only the chimpanzee, and our main mandate.
When I get the kind of support the staff we for able for protected forest because we all if you come to Africa you can see Kenya gets more ideas in the protecting wildlife. I think the country don't get a lot of touristic attraction across to where people can kind of see them different animals. So tell me more about our staff capacity for protecting forest and endangered animals.
Well, so the thing is we get sufficient staff capacity for care for the animal within we facility, but we know not to Tacugama not just a singular organization. We're not really there in charge for protect the entirety of the Peninsula National Park. This is not something we fall in the hands of the government, places like the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Tourism, that then gets more of a mandate for really say na so and so they happen. If today any of them ministry that gap then say okay this place here so with the opener, then it's wrong. It's not the best option, but there is very little that we as an organization can able to do. The best way we can do is push the case forward to them because now we reside there, we see the issue them, we more or less try for liaise with them people there, so try for get them on board and try for make them safe, enact certain policies, enforce the law in the like that. But really not so on we fall for protect the entire park. Even though we still get National Protected Area Authority guard them, where they do daily patrols around we facility, but not something way bigger than we, and we need more support.
Sidikie, we not go talk about wildlife conservation if we don't make mention of the essence, which make it important. Because for some people, we can get them wild animal yana also and can just want to take a pet for the play with, and that's it for them.
Yeah.
They no say nah. Thing we not for them na us. You get animal them where you go take as pets na us, but some class of them they when at the bush them for the.
Yeah.
What's the importance for people really preserve them side and then leave the wildlife them for dinner bush? Or side they supposed for the?
Well, I think importance because people need to realize in nature everything connected, including we as Motamande. We can like for talk about nature as some sort of thing when like an extension from we, and that's not true. When you say nature, it includes you as the mortal man. And when you get to wildlife, there are not so na animal that way they live in different ecosystems, different area them, right? And each and every organism or species within the wild, it gets in your role where they play there. And that role they ultimately important to the circle of life. So once you begin to remove certain animal or you begin to reduce the number, then ultimately you get forgets like a ripple effects on how that ecosystem they function. Certain things then they way therefore begin fail because of that. Just imagine normal like the mortar man as a full organism, right? and then maybe you begin drink 1 bottle of vodka every day, then your liver begin fail. Now just one part of your body, your liver, but then once that begin fail, all that thing again for begin go small. It might not happen one at a time, but before you know it, then you're in a critical situation. So now the same thing with natural environments. Everything gets in role where they play. And in as much as, yes, we need for use from here and there every now and then, but it needs to be done in a sustainable manner, wherein you know they destroy what you go need for rely on tomorrow bambai. Like the baboon, then, for example, now animal where we call a keystone species. It means say the whatever ecosystem where they live in, they're very, very vital for the ecosystem. They then are more or less like architects of the wild. So once you reduce that kind of species there in population, then you reduce the ability of, let's say, that forest there, for example, for be able for regenerate in a certain way, or for able for provide certain essential service system where even we, the motorman, depend on.
It's dangerous for gets, for example, baboon os.
It extremely dangerous for get baboon os. Having a chimp na your os, it can go from just normal, cute and cuddly to fatal. You might very easily have a fatal incident. Yeah, it's a wild animal. You and we're close by where die papa, and understand that. You will get complete different understanding of life.
So how it can look like inside the sanctuary based on the how now the team them. At times we can see that reactions can come from the species and within the sectors how now can team. It ever happen at Tacugama?
Reactions. When you say reactions, like
bad reactions, I think if memory can serve me, where there was a reaction we wouldn't be do na Tacugama we will be able to get control of them in a point.
Well, you know, I don't mention so them babu are all a rescued animal them. But if you like, you just give some context of family then. Babu then are animal then like they're similar to we in many ways. They're very social. Then they live in social groups. Every single chimpanzee within a Tacugama, that babu we don't see outside and they kill in family at a very young age. And one thing about young babu, the memory way better than we mortal man. Or it's almost photographic. Then they remember very specifically. And then memory, then they live with them for a long time. They're very traumatized. And that's make we try to get as best as for care as we can, but we keep at the back of our mind say, that way also on a wild animal then we don't go through a great degree of trauma, and from time to time that comes up, you know, and when it come up we just get for see as how best we can able minimize that. Usually that can like show up in a way of like infighting between them. You can get two babu that will go first maybe very aggressively, and then the care staff might need for break that up. You might get babu that way might begin for display and to waste stone pan people and things like that. In situations like that also we get protocol inside. If it gets out of hands, we get people that we're able to bring and minimize them. And even in a situation where say a babu come out in the enclosure, we also get safety protocol on camp where we initiate immediately, and then we get people that were also well trained for put that under control. At the end of the day, it's just like we get for expect say from time to time some of the traumatic experience they are then get for come out. Because even with me, we mortal man, when you go through a certain trauma, it is show within you from time to time.
The one way una can rescue from homes, them una can allow like them people and they once in a while for visit the sanctuary for see them.
Of course, and as a matter of fact, when we rescue from the babu from people, they tell them say, you always free for come na the sanctuary and see the babu, like the household, not just the person who get the babu. If you get the babu, you there with you, where if you picking there or whatever, una all gets chance for come and see the babu. And recently, I think 6-ish months ago, we rescued one babu na Waterloo. This babu, the person being at me, so attached to the babu that when we take the babu, this woman literally faints. Like it pass out. And we educate her anyway, but from then, this na person we don't they send like bags of gari na Tacugama for the babu. You know, the other day, I think they send the babu in bad day, so they even count like some cake and some food for the staff there. You know, so like nothing like that we want for see where people that don't get like a change in mindset and they're open for, you know, support the work what they do. So yeah, we always create a free platform for people like that they for come and interact with the sanctuary.
All right, well viewers, if you just join me, you still watch the breakfast show na Liberty Online Television, and this morning we get Sidikie Bayoh at the studio with we communications officer na the Tacugama Sanctuary Idea this morning they tell me about how then they upkeep this sanctuary as we issue where they discuss now the program this morning now wildlife conservation and the Tacugama and Asai way then they keep the babu them for ensure say they're safe. Then can go rescue them from different communities them and bring them come to the sanctuary and I just say from them then can allow people safe we get the babu them where they can go take them from for once in a while they come in and check for know how them babu then they do. Well, in case you get any comments for ask or question for make, or perhaps you in a community, also you know say somebody they will get a wild animal nine house. For example, the babu then we talk about this morning. You can drop your message at the comment section and the different platforms like the watch we or na +232 742 545 and we will get Sidikie for respond later. The time from the studio clock now 8 a.m. Let we just join with sponsors them and we'll go be back now 9 a.m. Sorry. With the genuine sponsors them and we'll be back shortly.
Orange Maxit, the super app will bring comfort and control now you on. With Orange Maxit, do all your transaction and fast and safe. Whether not for send money to family, party or workmates, this transfer quick. You want recharge, buy top up and data in just few seconds. Get daily, weekly and monthly package them with just one tap. Stay in control with quick balance check and instantly manage your finances well. Whether now you top up, data or transaction history you want all day in one place. If you mistake, no worry. You fit reverse them instantly. Visit the marketplace now Maxit and buy the latest in them, tickets to the biggest events them and even play games. All this day now you on. Do all your transaction them easy. Pay merchants, pay bills, transfer money from bank to wallets and cash out all now one app with safe. Easy. Search Maxit now Google Play and iOS App Store. Download, install and then register with your number and password. Open Maxit and see how it is simplify your life. Download Maxit today and get comfort now your fingertips.
Orange. Ready for more options? The UVA digital experience. Same features on a bigger screen, same login on any device. Send money, pay bills, top up airtime and data. Manage all your accounts. Switch up the look. Save for your goals. Get insights on your accounts, schedule upcoming payments and more. Visit internetbanking.ubagroup.com to get started.
Undeveloped city then clean, all clean city develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown, and today I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hand. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin. Not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to them one way the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. You know get for Karango now the one of the two official sites. You know they can go Kissy Bomber, you know they can go King Tom Bomber. It turns so it left on the ground. And now we council get a problem, but you said get a problem because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with your host dirty. We get the one then a council when we don't certify. Say then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution. Everybody from make sure say their waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for help you for no outside and day and for let them self go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for us, the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money pan dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money, I'm not going to say we're not going to spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Fritonians then do the right thing. Because we're not going to get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not going to get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up with mind. Pay.
You still watch the breakfast show with the country live, na Liberty Television, our Facebook, YouTube, and the website. In case you just join me, today we look at wildlife conservation. Now, Salon, as of course, today we deal with the communication officer for the Tacugama Sanctuary, where Sidikie Bayoh did in the studio, as we don't discuss a lot with regards to wildlife and waiting we for do for ensure say we protect with wildlife them across the country. We will continue with the program this morning. Sidikie, like you rightly don't mention about some of the things that we don't put in place for ensure that we support, we protect them and wildlife them across the country. But tell me how best people can get opportunity for visits the sanctuary. Will I get any restrictions, will I get any protocols for like people go there, and how often people can go there for pay visitation and get small ideas of how another operates there.
Okay. Well, so Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary in a Freetown, so within a Batos community up the Congo Dam Road. And for the people that come see the babu them, we get 4 different tour them every day throughout the year. And we get the first one at 10:30, the second one at 12, the third one at 2:30, and the last one at 4 p.m. And usually we can advise the people then call in and book before then they come. The number is 031 77 77 77, all 7. And the reason I make we the call for the, you book before you come, because the car mentioned just now, we get certain protocol. You never might know it's in the happen. So it's best that you check first and see, say, okay, yes, okay, if you come, you might be able to see all the babu them, or maybe somebody then they are just 1 or 2 enclosure then you're able to see, so that then go inform you, go be surprised. But also people then can still come, if you're able to make the booking, you get some issues, you can still come at the sanctuary. The price for Sierra Leonean adults, normally now 100 leons, and for picking them with from 11 and below, now 50 leons. We can advise, say, for Sierra Leone, and then make people come with them valid ID card, or at least a picture of the ID card where you get. And also for foreigner them, the price now 300 leons, and for the foreigner picking then 150 leons. So at this number of people I need, once you get you feel where you get for pay, you come on time. We really stress that come on time, 10:30, 12, 2:30, or 4. And then that's all you need on a daily basis, even on holidays.
Time them way on don't fair not say people can really go, perhaps like tourists them we can come to for go see the sanctuary.
Usually on a normal way, not a festivity period like now. So normally on the weekends, now like a peak period where you get a lot of people where they come in. But most peak period now like the December festivities, like from like November now going all the way to January, where they get a lot of groups so they come. So during that time, the people also can come from outside where they can visit. So then I think now we're busiest period than they from like November now to January every year. Well, the sanctuary in a place where really they go with or they undergo constant maintenance throughout the year. So this now one of the reasons why we even get with ecotourism, for example, like we get lodges as well, people then can stay in for the night. We get 7 lodges, so we range from $90 to $150 a night. And from the funds they get from there, 15 there, so we're able, maintain the sanctuary if we need for do repairs, we need for pay certain staff, just the R15 and no more. And also we can rely a lot on certain funding from other big organization for carry out specific projects usually. Like when we get educational projects we rely on certain bigger fund for carry them out, so that you get a specific amount of money for a specific program where maybe on we own small way they make, we might not be able to fund that. So we can normally reach out to people that we believe go able to support the initiative then they.
So as a young person, how it feel like working in that particular sector day?
Well, I would say especially as a young Sierra Leonean, now something where I take very seriously. I consider them as a form of service to my country, because I see the importance of nature and wildlife. Now something where by the grace of God I grow old, I go want for day in the Sierra Leone side. We still get a lot of trees, we still get forests around, we still get wildlife around. So for me, I think that like the driving force for me for try for create an impact in my own small way, for try for at least influence few people. If maybe in the small time I work on Tacugama, if I able to change 20, 30 minds, 50 minds, then I think that's something, because then people and they maybe go on for change other people in mind and so on and so forth. So now something where I see as, an opportunity to serve, and it means a lot to me for being in that position there, for actively influence what people they think about nature.
So how una can really allow interaction like the one that we want for go see the babu them? What think can happen when they get there?
Well, normally we get viewing platforms. So we get 9 enclosures total, but we get 4 of them where they usually take guests. And for each side they take the guests, then we get a viewing platform where they away from the enclosure. So guests then they team up, then it gets like a good view of the babu them. And normally you get a tour guide where they take you through the sanctuary. So for each stage when I get for stop, and the guide will give you some information, because also now an educational tour, not to follow people and just go see the babu them, but I follow we also get chance for educate them about the work they do, why make the babu them there, why the babu them important, and things like that.
You say when I get 9 different enclosure them, why not 4 when they allow the public for see?
Well, for several reasons. Why not? Because of logistics. Some of the enclosure them, the south side and they now like, kind of more forested areas where you're not go able to get, if you want for create a platform, you might need for maybe destroy parts of the forest, cut down, take them for build a whole new structure, which is a whole thing. And also some of the enclosure there, so the babu the way they are not the friendliest. Like one enclosure where we call the gorilla enclosure, we only get about 9 babu then day. And even staff them way that they see every day in babu the way they're notorious for stoning. So not the type of side where you go one for care, go visit for them. Especially we can get picking them, we can get, older people there we might not be able to handle that situation there. So we assess the enclosure the way we think say they are the most tame and they are the least risky for guests them where be to say risk factor very, very low for they will view the babu them and not get too much of a negative impact on the babu them.
So like how now they work with the Ministry of Tourism, as you mentioned earlier on that una they operate as an organization. And we all say the Ministry of Tourism had a responsibility nationwide to ensure that we're able to get in control of their wild. So how an organization they work with tourism? Are you paying back to tourism? Just tell me.
Well, so I would say the Ministry of Tourism is one place where don't take a very keen and deliberate interest in Tacugama, because it's not even like now we no more they try for reach out to them and try for make them support but we don't see say the minister and the people that they work with them now, people that also they extend a hand to we say, okay, we willing for protect this place and we're willing for be an active presence in what they do. So the Ministry of Tourism now one ministry where we collaborate a lot with. Even some of the events that we get, we usually they collaborate with them, and then SEF can do the same when they get the events them when anything about tourism, mostly then can include Tacugama, because aside from we conservation work, like I mentioned just now, we also get we ecotourism departments where the tour parts and the part about the lodges. So being like a sort of a tour operator now or a touristic site, we need for work closely with the Ministry of Tourism because now they own mandates that one day. So we get a very cordial relationship with them. We constantly collaborate with them on different in them, and we see support from them. We're glad for that.
How protected is Saga sanctuary be for lady one day when I can go rescue, no go back outside?
Well, so for each of the enclosure that we get a electric fence around them. This not just something we really did for cause harm to the babu them, but from a very young age when they come in, they don't learn say this not something we get an electric pulse. So then usually they stay away from that. And then they help for keep them within the enclosure. That we get the enclosure then range different sizes. We get from like something way less than an acre to we get up to 8-acre enclosures. So a lot of them babu they get enough space and vegetated space for the roam about and not have a need for like, you know, come out of the sanctuary. Plus the electric fence serve as an extra reinforcement for keep them in.
So like how effective are they on medical wise for treat them chimpanzee and baboon and whenever them fall sick, how one can go about for get treatment for them?
Well, that in a one thing we know the joke about at all. We designated surgery area. We get pretty much everything where we need for, you know, maintain them health-wise. We get 2 vets them where they work with and the vets them gets the animal welfare staff them where also they support them. So we get like a fully stocked like kind of mini pharmacy. Also we get we medicine them. We get, you know, some of the vital equipment that we need for do the necessary in them, for do scans, for do certain tests them, and some tests that we're not able to do for ourselves. We can normally count and down that tongue to some of the, even EcoMed now, so some of the tests them we can do with them. So we're very robust about the medical aspect of the babu them. And added to that, we can get normally, you know, Tacugama is a place also where they support a lot with research. So from time to time, we can get some international people that we can come and do some research about, especially about the health of the babu them. And if we ever get an unfortunate situation where in the chimp pass away, normally we get like a necropsy operation where they do for like just see waiting up with the babu, do certain tests them. We can get certain sample that we can send a place like Spain and Italy where they can, you know, analyze them. So yeah, health-wise, we very robust with that, and we usually take all the necessary procedures that we need for make sure say the babu them as healthy as possible.
If we talk about challenges, what you go say na the challenge them way the Tacugama Sanctuary they go through for ensure so na preserve this set of wildlife we want to look after?
I go say one of we main challenges na something we get for do with the lack of information, lack of education, you know, among people in the country. You know, I think that they feed into some of the other bigger problems that we get, because there's not so much of a robust, you know, educational process for get people and for understand, say, okay, you know, for do this, you know, for do that, now because of this, now because of that. So I think that's one major thing, where even though in real small way they try for counter, but it needs more collaborative efforts, I go say. But more tangibly, I go say also this issue of encroachment, because the place we call home now, we call Tacugama, was once way more forested than it is now. But now you get a situation wherein even the road leading up to the sanctuary, they see us there right like a few meters away from you. We're not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to get such a situation in a national. This place they don't declare as a forest reserve over 100 years ago, and it's been a national park for about 2 decades now. You know, so it's not to the time, like how you mentioned earlier about like places like Kenya and stuff like that. Some of them places that then get kilometers of a buffer zone, wherein it's like it's just an empty space where they divide communities from like a forest reserve or any kind of reserve. And in Salon, we not get that. We do not have it. This is not the only natural forest reserve we're gonna free tongue, and it's just wasting away with the allowance for just go away, which is now it's a threat to we all.
So like there's been a encroachment with people on the do for build houses.
Oh yeah.
Today.
Oh yeah.
So what thing I don't do for ensure that the right authorities they know about this, like you rightly mentioned, we not forget then kind situations then they are particular place for be secret and protected. So what thing I don't do as organization for work with the Ministry of Lands and other people we the authorities and for ensure that then things can be stopped at that particular end there.
Well, the issue there that we don't happen for a long time, and for a long time we done the reports to the necessary ministry, like Ministry of Environment and Climate Change. I mentioned so we get the National Protected Area Authority, guard them, the NPAA. So normally their mandate is once they see anything we not for happen at the space, then get for make a report to their own superior, say, okay, now so and so this person I don't begin cut now so and so. So that is something we don't do for a long time. We constantly report back to the ministry them and the authority them we're responsible. We always tell them that this the happen now, so we need to support. So it's just a constant, back and forth liaison with them, reporting to them, giving them we own suggestion as well, say we think so this and this and this can happen. And of late, we don't see some action on the happen. Recently, the president declare, say, anybody with them catch under the logo better. And we don't see that happen. One 3-story building where them, we don't put right now we, by we road, they don't knock and down with a couple of other one there. And so Jaman them be positioned around the vicinity for some weeks. And I think that is a small win, and we need for continue with some of them things that let people that understand say this is not something where we really need for protect with an iron fist. We're not for really slack with this because as something we for affect we all, everybody, one way or another.
Earlier you've been saying get over 100 babu dende right now we want to take care of. In terms of age, which are the oldest and youngest we currently in the sanctuary?
Currently, the youngest babu we get for the around 3 years of age, and the oldest babu we na Tom for the turn 43 this year. Yeah.
So how can you manage in terms of keeping them, especially waiting for the eat, and how they make them able to understand when for come on for play, when for go back to bed, and then how they upkeep them?
Okay, so one thing about babu there, what people for know is that extremely intelligent. They're highly intelligent. Right? So, like I mentioned also earlier, most of them babu there they rescue them at a young age, usually between like age 1 to 5, thereabouts. So from that stage, they don't already kind of be introduced to certain routine them. The morning around 9, they don't come on a door. In the evening around 5, they don't go back inside. They no say
no need for tell and say go
no.
To
they're
bed.
very aware. Even the one that within a like big enclosure, like. When them pull and donut, they feed them in the morning, then they go inside the bush, they able to see them. But we see them begin reach like somebody, then they feed them back around 11, some around 2:30 or 3. We see that time they don't begin reach, they see them they begin come back because they know say feeding time get for happen back. And the last feeding usually they can get them inside the enclosure. So by 5, most of them don't come back. And some of them within are like the big enclosure, 50% of the trees they're edible. So they usually can also forage on their own. And 10 kg each way, some babu there maybe 1 or 2 go decide to one kind inside one day do. So in situation force them or anything, we allow the lady and just get their own space. We just can keep the fence on, and that's it. But food wise, we can feed them leaves, vegetables, some egg, some AFAF enrichments. And they also can give them like when we say enrichment, sometimes that we can get. They'll say cornflakes, for example. Maybe then go like, then can make like then cone there with paper, put some cornflakes inside it, maybe put some granuts and wrap and give them inside. So like we call it enrichment because I need for like peel and like kind of engage themselves mentally for able to get the snack, So just for keeping them, active and excited.
So that can allow the public, like people with sometimes want support to just like wildlife or give support in terms of upkeeping them?
Yeah, 100%. We in fact we're very open to that, and we can appreciate people who can do that. And you can actually donate directly to Tacugama on our website. If you go there, you get like several options, so you can just donate anything, even if not like 2 leon if you get for donate, it's something, right? So yeah, but we also get guardianship program for people that wake you want forget like more of a commitment to the sanctuary. This is not a program wherein people they pay $60 for the year, but technically $5 a month, but it's billed yearly, so $60. And then for that, we can usually send the person an update of the chimp we don't choose. We get 12 chimp that we can choose for do this
so
for.
That's about adoption cases. You have to say somebody say, okay, I choose this one, or now they watch out for me, but I'm going to take care of them.
Yeah, it's something similar to that. Yeah, because with that money the way they pay, it does something. So we for say thank you, we can usually send to this person an update for 3 times per year about how the Bible they do.
So just keep in touch. Maybe go down the way they can. Probably go have to adopt one of them.
Of course, we're glad.
So that's why the question they come. You suggest one for?
Yes, I suggest one for. I can adopt 5 for.
Which age? Which age we go adopt for one?
Well, 5 for the what I mentioned just now, for they around for the turn 8 now this year, 8 years. So she's an exciting.
So that will be fine for her.
It could be fine for her. Once you like when we send the updates, once you like they read the updates, like you kind of feel like they part of the sanctuary, like you know also kind of the drama where they go on within the group. So yeah, it's a great way for immerse yourself also within the work they do.
Before they left, in case somebody they watch you this morning, say a community society perhaps, then gets the wild animal there, then one can drop them off. What's the procedure?
Well, normally then just need for call Tacugama and give the number I mentioned 031 77 77 77.
Suppose no go drop off by himself.
Well,
I need for go rescue.
I guess if the person get the ability for come with the animal for himself, then yes. But if you feel like say it maybe for safety reason or maybe logistically not able, then we more than equipped for go and rescue the baboon.
So in terms of rescuing the baboon, and they for remind the public once more the dangers then where they come with you getting wild animal na us, because some man from the understand like you been say education and one thing we wanna be on for let people and really know the dangers and where they come with getting wild animal na us.
Yeah, well, I go say first of all there is the physical, harm possibility. Like especially animal like baboon. Normally when they're young, they can be very benevolent and not really get much of harmful tendency. But I can assure you, baboon in a 15 kilogram baboon is just as strong as you, a fully grown man, maybe even more. And I'm a young baby. So say that baboon they reach then something like them 40 kilogram, say they big. I mean the damage where it can cause is a lot. And we don't hear in many cases of where baboon then they harm people them. And usually when that happen because then they keep them in situation where they're not supposed to be kept, like na us. And added to that, there is also the risk of zoonotic disease. That way a disease where they transfer from animal to mortal man. And it's where we say it's like Ebola, for example, or something where a zoonotic disease will come about because of something like that. And we don't see video them where but monkey in one village, they picking the suck lollipop, then they give the monkey back suck, then they picking back suck that lollipop there. And now we get issues like monkeypox within the country. So you see, the animal here, so their own immune system and we only different. So once you pull on a bush, you begin live with them, you expose yourself to so many things that might happen. And once that's happened, not so you no more the person that way they keep them. Your community self you get for affect. And then you get for affect more communities, and ultimately it can go to on a national or even international level. It's quite extreme, but not a possibility, So then why are not in the way at least while people then think of deter you from dancing there. If you want a pet, you can get push, you can get dog. I don't know where you're gonna go down and you don't need baboon.
Alright, so many thanks for joining us the program this morning. In name na Sidikie Bayoh, in the communications officer at Tacugama Sanctuary. Been there this morning. They tell we about how they don't upkeep this sanctuary as we've been look at wildlife conservation at this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show. And as una hear from in case you're in a community also say somebody they live with baboon os, you can reach out to the sanctuary, then go able for go rescue as that's one of them paramount work when they do for go rescue the wildlife then and bring them back outside and suppose for day. Now this edition of the Breakfast Show go left you welcome to you live na Liberty Online Television. And in case you not subscribe yet to our YouTube channel, now for do so, and also follow we na Facebook, Facebook, and every other platform outside we don the broadcast as we get different content then where we upload every day, every hour. Until we meet again, Mabel Kabade, so get a good weekend and goodbye.
And me na Alhassan Kuma, get yourself a pleasant day and continue for watch Liberty Online Television as we get plenty content them now with Facebook, YouTube, and my website. Stay blessed and have a comfortable day. Bye-bye.